I did everything you asked me to do.
You're showing signs.
1001, 1000.
All right, you can stop. All right, go ahead and put your hands behind your back for me. This time, I do believe you're impaired. This time I place you under arrest for DUI.
Each phase of a Florida DUI investigation implicates specific constitutional doctrine and state statutory law. The legal analysis begins with the stop itself. Under Florida Statute 316.075, running a red light provides reasonable suspicion, sufficient to justify any traffic stop. Terry v. Ohio establishes that standard. Once the vehicle is lawfully detained, Pennsylvania v. Mimms authorizes ordering the driver out, no heightened cause required. Berkemer v. McCarty controls the questioning phase. A routine roadside stop is not custodial interrogation. Miranda warnings are not required, and voluntary statements are fully admissible at trial.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious?
It wasn't.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Think you're drunk and
I don't have anything
drugs,
hidden on
weapons,
me.
pills,
I
weed
just want
to
to go home. I'm so
1038.
tiny. Please. I'm a good girl. You can take my bra off. You can take my clothes off. I'm telling you, please. This is not okay.
What's up?
Good evening. I'm Officer Bailey, Tampa Police Department. And do you have any idea why I pulled you over?
No, I just been crying because someone hurt my feelings.
You didn't notice you ran the red light back there?
Did I run a red light?
You sure did. You even set off the red light camera.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Do you have your driver's license, registration, and insurance with you?
Hey, I got pulled over. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you did.
Okay. All right.
No, put it on speaker.
Do you have your driver's license,
Yes,
registration, proof
I
of
do.
insurance? I don't need to talk to whoever's on the phone,
Where'd
ma'am.
you get pulled over?
Here's my license.
Where are you coming from tonight, Miss Paris?
I'm Perez,
You got
but-
pulled over. Where are you?
I'm right down the road. You can look
Miss-
at my location. I
Miss
sent my
Bettis.
location to you. I really am not good at all this stuff. I'm so sorry. Let me call you back later, please.
Oh, okay, call me back.
681-54, not 1018. Miss Bettis, let's try to focus here. Can you give me your registration, your insurance, please?
Yeah, I can.
I'm not sure why you're crying.
Because I was so upset.
Ever wonder why officers keep repeating license and insurance? Because the entire stop hinges on basic control and focus, and she's already spiraling 2 minutes in.
That someone thought that.
681-54, not 1018.
I'm sorry, I need a second.
Where are you coming from tonight, Miss Bettis? Miss Bettis?
I went to dinner with some friends.
Where?
And then Rocco's Tacos. I don't even know. That was my first time there. And I had fucking flautas. And then they wanted me to go somewhere with them. And then all of a sudden, someone in a suit wants to dance with me. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And then she's a girl who thinks she's a guy. And she's asking me, why are these guys looking at her, laughing at her? I'm like, I don't know. All I did was dance. I like to dance. If you're gonna ask me to dance, fine, that's all I'm gonna do. And then, I don't know, she's just asking me a whole bunch of questions, and I was already married, and I left my ex-wife because my ex-wife kept asking me questions that made me feel like I was doing wrong, and I never did wrong.
Okay.
So, I don't know, I'm just really, really fucking tired.
How about that registration and insurance?
Okay.
Do you have that with you?
Hold on,
Miss Bettis, how much have you had to drink tonight?
I really didn't have much to drink at all. I don't
How
like
much
to
is not
drink.
much?
I don't like to drink at all. I don't like
Okay,
to
so
do anything.
how much is not much?
I had I had water and lemon at dinner.
Okay.
And they wanted me to have a drink. I said no. They wanted me to have shots at Saloon because it was $3. I said no.
So you haven't consumed any alcohol whatsoever tonight. Is that what you're telling me?
I had one shot and that's it. That's all. I really didn't do much.
So just
I
one
promise
shot.
you. Yeah, I promise you. I don't like to drink. I don't like to do anything. Like, I'm really sober, and it's just very upsetting because I'm very traumatized by my ex. My ex fucking put her hands on me.
Were you able to find that registration and insurance?
You're asking me questions while I'm trying to find the registration.
Right, but you're answering questions that I didn't ask.
You did ask me.
I asked you how much you had to drink, and you're talking about your ex-wife. That's nothing to do. One has nothing to do with the other.
Okay, I apologize. You asked me a question and it led into that, and I sincerely apologize.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just explaining to you why I'm trying to move along.
Yes, and I get that. My GEICO policy is right here. My ID cards are right here. I need to log in. Why do I have to put it in 3 times? Here's my registration. I mean, my insurance.
Okay.
My registration.
Maybe in your glove box?
I just got a new registration. My birthday was in January. Please give me a second.
Sure. Signal 1. Just stand right here at the back of the car. I'll be with you in just a moment. Right there behind your car. What?
We heard. That's what we heard on the radio.
She's just a signal 1. I don't. You guys, all you guys can go 10-8. I only need 1 person.
They're leaving. They're leaving.
Guess they were calling me on the radio. I must have not heard them. That's why they all came over here to check on me, make sure I'm okay.
I'm just a tiny girl.
Well, they don't know that. All right, Miss Pettis, the reason I asked you to step out of the vehicle is based on observations I'm making while speaking with you. I have a little bit of concern about your sobriety. I want to ensure it's safe for you to be driving.
This is textbook DUI procedure. He explains the safety concern first, then moves to standardized questions and tests. He's building a clean, clear case step by step.
I can do a 1-hand cartwheel for you. I can do a split. I don't know what you want me to do.
That's not necessary.
Okay, I know it's not necessary.
Just answer a couple questions for me. Do you have any medical problems?
I don't have any medical problems.
All right. Are you taking any kind of medications?
I am not taking any medications.
Do you have any problems with your eyes?
I do have glasses, but they're not severe.
Okay, so you're not required to wear glasses to
I'm
drive?
not required to
You're not
wear
wearing
glasses.
contacts right now?
I'm not wearing contacts.
No blindness
right now.
in either eye?
No blindness in any eye.
All right. Now, one of the things I'd like to do to help me determine your sobriety is check your eyes.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Just stand right here on top of that light. Face me.
Okay.
Stand with your feet all the way together. Hands all the way down at your side, touching your legs. Just like that.
I was crying. I don't know if that affects anything.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Can you see the light I'm holding in front of your face?
Absolutely.
What color is it?
It's red.
All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at the red light here in front of your face. I want you to follow that light with your eyes only while keeping your head completely still.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes. My peripheral isn't that good due to the glasses that I need to wear.
Look directly at the light. Okay.
I did not take any drugs, if that's what you're looking for.
All right. I haven't accused you of using drugs. Just keep looking at that red light, okay? Look all the way out to the corner of your eye, following the light. Keep looking at the light.
Okay.
6 is 6 and vertical. Listen, I'm seeing some indications in your eyes that's causing me some concern. So what I'd like to do is continue my investigation and ask that you perform some additional field sobriety exercises.
The standardized field sobriety test battery, developed under NHTSA protocols, consists of horizontal gaze, nystagmus, walk and turn, and 1-leg stand. State versus Meador governs admissibility in Florida. Proper foundation requires medical screening, correct stimulus distance, and validated scoring. 6 of 6 HGN clues plus vertical nystagmus indicate high blood alcohol or polydrug involvement. 2 of 8 clues on walk and turn, or 2 of 4 on 1-leg stand, cross the impairment threshold. Failure to follow instructions is itself a scorable observation. Probable cause for a warrantless DUI arrest, under Florida Statute 901.15, rests on the totality of the circumstances. Florida Statute 316.193 requires only that normal faculties be impaired. A specific blood alcohol concentration is not required when impairment is shown observationally. Florida Statute 316.1932, the Implied Consent Statute, deems every licensed driver to have consented to breath testing upon lawful arrest. Birchfield v. North Dakota draws the constitutional line. Breath tests are permissible as search incident to arrest. Warrantless blood tests are not. On September 14th, first refusal carried only a 1-year administrative license suspension. Trenton's Law, House Bill 687, took effect. October 1st, 16 days later, criminalizing refusal. The new law is expressly non-retroactive. This encounter is governed by the old regime. South Dakota v. Neville further confirms. Breath test refusal carries no Fifth Amendment protection and is admissible at trial.
Now that would consist of you like walking a line and standing on one leg. Do you have any injuries or physical defects that would prevent you from being able to walk a line or stand on one leg?
To my knowledge, no, but I do wake up every day with back and neck pain due to being a dancer.
Okay.
And
Are you still
a
healthy
cheerleader.
enough to? What I'm going to ask you to do is much less rigorous
Right.
than
You're gonna
dancing.
ask me to walk with one foot in front of the other, and I can do that.
Okay. You
No
think
problem.
you can do that? All right.
Absolutely.
Are you willing to do that for me?
Yes, absolutely.
Looks like we got a nice flat area here. I'm going to put a line down for us, and I'll be with you in just a second. Stay right there.
One foot in front of the other. That's all.
I'm going to give you some instructions. I'm going to demonstrate what I want you to do, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask questions if you have any. It's all pretty straightforward. I'm not going to try to trick you or surprise you, but it is important you follow my instructions exactly. So that being said, if there's anything about these instructions that you don't understand, just make sure you ask questions when I give you the chance, okay? Because once you start each exercise, you will not be able to stop in the middle of the exercise to ask questions. Do you understand so far?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, I know this sounds silly, but do you know your right from your left?
Right, left.
All right, very good. Now, here's what I want you to do right now, okay? Go ahead and take your left foot, place it directly on the line at the beginning of the line.
Okay. Sorry, I'm stepping on my pants. I'm really short.
Next, I want you to take your right foot, place it directly in front of your left foot so the heel of your right foot is touching the toes of your left foot. Then put your hands all the way down at your side, touching your legs. Now stay in that position and don't do anything else until I tell you to begin. Do you understand so far?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, when I tell you to begin, you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps down the line. You're going to turn around in a manner I'm about to demonstrate, and then you'll take 9 heel-to-toe steps back. So it's going to look just like this, okay? From the starting position, you'll start walking with your back foot. As you walk, look down at your feet, count each step out loud like this. 1, 2, 3, and so on till you get to 9. Once you get to your 9th step, whatever foot is in front will stay on the line. Your back foot will come off. And then with your back foot, you'll take a series of small steps around your front foot to turn around. Once you've turned around, you'll take 9 heel-to-toe steps back. Again, looking down at your feet and counting each step out loud. 1, 2, 3, and so on till you get to 9. As you walk, make sure every step touches heel to toe. Keep your hands all the way down at your side the entire time. Do not step off the line. And once you start walking, do not stop walking till you've completed the entire exercise. Do you understand those instructions? Maybe yes or no. Do you understand the instructions?
I understand the instructions.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
I wish my dad was here.
All right. Do you have any questions about the instructions?
Can I have a second? Because you're giving me anxiety and I have anxiety. I suffer from anxiety and depression. I just need a second. But I don't have any questions about the directions you gave me.
Okay. All right. Well, if you don't have any questions, can you get back in that starting position for me?
Yeah, give me just a second.
If you don't have any questions and you think you understand, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And turn.
Do it just like I showed you.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1. Clear. Done. I am a cheerleader. I am a model. I am a dancer.
You can relax and stand right here on top of that light. Turn and face my car. This time I want you to stand with your feet all the way together, sides of your feet touching, hands all the way down at your side, touching your legs.
Yes.
Stay in that position. Don't do anything else until I tell you to begin.
Okay.
Do you understand so far?
Yes.
All right.
I don't know my ABCs. I'm kind of dyslexic.
Nothing to do with your
backwards.
ABCs, okay? Just
I don't know them backwards.
Just pay attention to my instructions, okay?
Okay.
Now, when I tell you to begin, either foot of your choice, about 6 inches off the ground with your foot parallel to the ground.
Okay.
Now, if you look at me for a moment, 6 inches is about that high.
Okay.
Okay?
Let me stop you there because I'm a cheerleader and the best
Hold on,
balance is with
ma'am.
our toes.
Ma'am, remember the
pointed and not
instructions
like this.
are for you to stay there with your feet all the way together, hands all the way down at your side. Don't do
Okay, I
anything until I
understand.
tell you to begin.
I understand.
All right? It's very important you follow my instructions exactly. Okay? Part of that is
But
listening.
I feel like
okay?
you're setting me up.
I'm not trying to
because at
set
the
you up,
same
ma'am.
time-
I'm giving you the standardized instructions. So it's important you pay attention so you don't miss anything.
Okay.
Okay. So as I was saying, if you look at me for a moment, 6 inches is about that high. It's about
Okay.
the height of a soda can.
Okay.
When you raise your foot's got to be parallel to the ground like this, not with your toes pointed up like this.
They're not going to be pointed up. They're probably going to be pointed down from the amount of years that I spent cheerleading.
You gotta stop talking and listen to the instructions. I'm about to demonstrate for you, okay? It's going to look just like this, okay? Keep your hands down at your side. It's going to look just like this. Either foot of your choice, about 6 inches high. Notice how my foot's parallel with the ground. Both legs need to be straight. Hands down at your side, touching your legs. Then while looking down at your raised foot, you got to count out loud like this. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, and so on until I tell you to stop.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Make sure you're looking down at your foot.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006. Is that okay? Did I do it?
Don't stop until I tell you to stop.
You said 6!
When someone can't follow one simple instruction, like don't stop until I tell you, that's a major impairment cue. This is the moment the decision is basically made.
1001, 1000.
All right, you can stop. All right, go ahead and put your hands behind your back for me. This time, I do believe you're impaired. This time I have to place you under arrest for DUI.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious?
Wasn't even close.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Relax.
I did everything you asked me to do.
You're showing signs of impairment, okay? I think you're drunk and you're under...
Officer Bailey receives an A-. Reasonable suspicion articulated at every escalation. NHTSA protocol followed across all 3 SFSTs. Medical screening performed. Scene management disciplined. Professional demeanor sustained throughout. Minor points hold the grade back. Tangential narrative permitted longer than optimal. SFST clues not verbalized contemporaneously on camera. Under Graham versus Connor, conduct exceeds threshold. Miss Perez receives a D+. Absence of physical resistance earns the plus. The rest is evidentiary exposure. Alcohol consumption admitted. Bar attendance admitted. 3 SFSTs performed when lawfully declinable. Right to counsel, never invoked. Right to silence, never invoked. Post-arrest pleading compounded the record. 4 practical takeaways from this encounter. First, emotional distress is not a DUI defense. Explaining the tears built the impairment case, rather than refuting it. Hand over the documents, state the essentials, and stop. Second, Florida field sobriety tests are voluntary. A polite decline leaves only observational evidence. A failed test creates a standardized, numeric record. Third, the costliest evidentiary window opens. The moment the handcuffs close. Pleas, apologies, and offers made at this stage are admissible as spontaneous utterances. Speak only to confirm identity. Fourth, rights must be invoked explicitly. Quote, I want a lawyer, end quote. Invokes counsel. Quote, I am exercising my right to remain silent, end quote. Invokes Miranda. Silence alone, or emotional pleading, is not recognized as invocation. Let us know in the comments below which interaction should be analyzed next. Thank you for watching, and check our second channel, Street Bodycam, for more legal analysis content.